start the announcing, okay. And kind of stop.
Hi guys, how you guys doing today?
Good, how are you?
Alrighty, so why do we laugh? It's one of the questions we have in our mind. Is it for pleasure? Or to accidentally release gas? Or stuff that needs to be released in the porcelain throne? AKA the toilet. It's very disturbing, isn't it? Now my claim today is that laughter is not only for pleasure, but it's also good for your health, a benefit for your lifestyle and your health. Allow me to give you a testimony from Dr. Steve Wilson. This is from webmd.com. I think you guys should know what that website is. He did some studies on himself and some of his patients, and the effects of laughter is just congruent to exercising. You know, you have your fast heart rate, you're moving your arms all over the place, just laughing, you're tearing, you're crying, you're just happy. But that's no excuse for not to exercise, right, compadre? I love to laugh, but I need to exercise too. Now, my next point is some statistics from the International Medical Journal website. There's this medical hospital. It's called, help me if I don't pronounce this right, Mahatma Gandhi Mission Medical College. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
Good with that.
Okay, anyways. Now, 730 young people from the ages of 18 to 29 were surveyed and experimented on. They were to remember their laughter history. Now, if you hang out with people like me, you're not going to remember how many times you laugh. So they failed to give an exact number of their laughter history, but they decided to I think, like be experimented on, like by hearing jokes or watching funny movies, you know, stuff like that. And they just range it on the level like 1, 2, or 3, depends how much times you laugh. And this proves that your depression level went down. Of course, like those who are living in depression, you need to laugh because then bad things can happen. Now, for disease changes, there isn't much of a change, but it helped them, their emotional being and their lifestyle. They became more happy. And finally, for my third is more of an example, or an example. Now, I'm pretty sure some of you speak Spanish in here, right? You guys know who Chespirito is, or Chavo del Ocho?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know who he is, his name is Roberto Gomez Bolaños. He's a famous Mexican actor since the 70s. And there's been 40 years, his show's still on the air today. And there's been some testimonies from a recent television show called America Celebrates Chespirito, where people give an homage based on what he's done, his characters, and his history. And there's been some testimonies that really touched me. One from Javier Hernandez. He lives in Mexico. He's 10 years old. His family's in depression because they own like this store that hardly makes any money. They have to sleep on the floor. They sometimes don't get to eat. They can't eat from the inventory because the boss is a real jerk. But regardless of the situation, they gather around and watch this famous TV show. It's been around for 40 years. Now, what this does is that it brings the family together, you know, makes them laugh, you know, have a good time with the family and your siblings. After that, they like go out and play, you know, they react the show just to make life interesting, you know. Because when you're poor, you know, it sucks because I've been there before, you know, and it's not a really happy time. Now, in conclusion, these materials convince me that laughter can be a benefit for us. Now, it doesn't matter what way we get our laughter. Whether it's somebody up here doing the weird accent and fake, we get the laughter. Or it was just somebody trying to disguise their voice. Doesn't matter. But whatever we get our laughs, it's a benefit. And my claim today was that laughter is good for our health and our lifestyle. So laugh, because it makes life more interesting and less boring.
I think there should have been a standing ovation.
Yeah, dude, that was good.
All right, I like the rhetorical question you have at the beginning, and then you've got a good transition and a pretty specific statement of what your claim is going to be. You cite early a citation, a piece of testimony, although as you present it, you give us the source citation, it doesn't really sound like a quote, it sounds like a paraphrase of the quote. It doesn't sound like you're actually quoting this particular person, Dr. Wilson, and instead it sounds like you're doing a summary of what Dr. Wilson said. And so that's not the same thing as a piece of testimony, so you want to be careful about that. On the statistic, you did cite a statistic from the hospital, the Mahatma Gandhi hospital that's going on there. I didn't hear any numerical information in it. I'm sure that there was probably some statistical result there, but none of it was presented in the statistic you had there, so that was a little bit awkward. The Mexican character actor that you're talking about, his program and how it affected people in a positive way, I think that's okay. You've got sort of a piece of testimony from this 10-year-old kid who's talking about it, although it does sound a little bit strange because you talk about how his family owns this store, but they can't eat the inventory because the boss is a jerk, so I guess that's his dad. You know, that's a little inconsistent there. I think that there's something that's going on there that's a little bit weird. I thought that material flowed together pretty smoothly in the speech, and that you had a nice set of transitions, and you were having a good time while you're speaking. That makes it easier to listen to, and everybody appreciates that also. All right, thank you.